Hello everybody, this is NCS and welcome back to Let's Play Sengoku Gensoukyou. Last time, the strongest fairy army took control of the Misty Lake, and today, we're going to take complete lack of notice of them. And instead, we're going to develop some of our territories. Why? Well, mostly because they will start war with us soon enough anyway, so might as well do some developing of our own. Let's see, how much more research can I get out of this? Up to 25, nice. I guess I'll do that then. Yeah, for right now, I would just recommend doing some researching. If you have researched everything already, or just don't feel like researching for whatever reason, I would recommend you do some talking to Aku, because, well, that way you can increase some of her stats, like her research. And since she won't be in any battle at all, well, you have to increase her faction level somehow. And the only other way is with conversations. Kino's fairy group had recruited Daiyose and Letty, becoming a fairy +1 yokai army. Unbeknownst to them, 3 mysterious shadows were approaching the mist-covered lake they called their base. Hey, are you sure we're going in the right direction? It feels like we're taking a real long detour. Of course, fairies don't get lost. It's just not a place we usually go to, so it'll take a little bit more time than usual. So we're lost then. Shut up, it's her fault for just telling us to go to a lake anyway. How am I supposed to know which lake she meant? I'm pretty sure she didn't mean a pond near the human village at least. Actually, Gensoukyou only has one lake, right? Pretty much, yeah. I'm not the one who said to consider every possibility. But it doesn't matter anyway. She didn't say to hurry, so let's take our time. Ah, I can see it now. One of the shadows pointed directly forward. Before their eyes was a large body of water that could not possibly be called a pond. The hazy mist prevented them from being able to see very far. Whew, looks like we're here. Now, where is that girl? She should be somewhere around here, right? We have to search for her? Let's go home. Don't be stupid, we're already here. Let's just look around for a bit. Hey, Kirino! There was nothing special planned for that day, so Kirino was drifting about on the lake aimlessly. Daiyose called out to her from afar. What's the matter? Well, according to the fairies I spoke to, there's a trio that we've never seen before wandering around. Ah, it must be them. Took them long enough. Huh? You know them? What should we do with them? Where are they now? Bring me to them. Okay, over here. Daiyose took the lead and brought Kuno over to where the 3 shadows were flitting about. They seemed to have noticed Kirino and Daiyose as well, as they similarly approached the two. Hey, you're late! We are not late. You're the one who said to go to a lake and didn't tell us which one. There aren't any lakes besides this one. Heck, there isn't even another body of water. Let alone a lake. See, didn't I tell you? She did, you know. What? Are you all saying I'm the one at fault here? The 3 of them started to quarrel among themselves. Letty, who was following behind Kirino, then called out to them. Sorry for interrupting, but who are you all? The 3 fairies immediately came to a stop at Letty's extremely sudden question, and turned to her with twinkling eyes. Ah, you just bravely asked for our glorious names, right? Not quite like that. Very well, we'll tell anyone who asks. Alright, listen up. Fairy of shining sunlight, sunny milk, control of refraction of light. The fairy of peaceful moonlight, Luna Chad. I control the propagation of sounds. The fairy of constant starlight, Star Sapphire. I detect animate objects from afar. Together, we are the 3 light fairies. Please go home. That's too sudden. We were invited here by that fairy anyway. Kirino, when you said you were going to gather more allies, did you perhaps mean these three? Yeah, I know their strength well. I fought them before, after all. And they three together lost against you alone. And you are constantly being beaten by Marisa, Reima, and any other character. I don't think they're much of a help here. Actually, they're really annoying in this game. Though they weren't a match for me at the strongest. What? Did you mean argued? Well, anyway, with our powers combined, we can call Captain wait, no, wrong game. Not even a game. No matter our opponent, human or yokai, we'll beat them up with our special pranks. I don't think pranks are all too effective here. But that's fairies to you. The three light fairies! I know already. They look like they'll be real fun. Let's do our best. Yeah, let's work well together. You all won't be able to do as well as me, but fight hard anyway. All the hustle and bustle was similar to the noise you'd get when a lot of little kids gather. Which is also giving me quite a trouble because I can't do female voices at all. And little girls' voices? Heck! I'm glad if I can't get my voice high enough to make a girl voice anyway. 1. Let alone 5. Oh boy. Since fairies are similar to children, it wasn't surprising, but the lone yokai still put her hand on her forehead. Was I woken up to be a babysitter? Well, not really, but it seems you are now. Letty's suffering was sure to continue. Poor Letty. Really, I feel really bad for her right now. And we get another cutscene. This time, woo! Them. Okay. Let's see. Alright, they seem to always come one round after the fairy group comes up. So in the same round that the 3 Fairies of Light come. Yeah, lots of new characters in these videos. I should have said that before probably. Oh well. The Nameless Hill. A sunny yet cooling hill filled with suzuran, basically poisonous flowers. So, whoops, I wouldn't go there. But because of the poison of those flowers, it became a place where humans and even yokai would not visit. A doll had been discarded on that hill of suzuran a long time ago, and after much time it had begun to possess its own life and will. It was like the spores the suzuran released had transferred into the doll. How are you doing today, Miss Sue? You need to save up a lot of energy for the coming year, you know? The lone figure wandering around the Nameless Hill was the doll-turned yokai, Medicine Melancholy. She skipped around happily, all the while emitting the poison of the suzuran from her body. As the visitors to the hill were few in number, she began to think of the entire hill as her home. The suzuran began to sway left and right in time to Medicine's steps. Looks like you're all in order today, Miss Sue. That ends my work for today then. Oh, I'm so bored. I wonder if those long-eared ones will come again. You mean, the moon rabbits? Well, I don't think so. After all, you poisoned them quite a bit in, Phantasmagoria Flower View. The suzuran seemed to stretch themselves toward her as she spoke, pushing some of the other suzuran below them as they stretched. I never thought I'd actually get bored. Maybe I'll go see what the world outside here is like. Please don't. Your poison would get everywhere. Originally to her, her entire world was the hill full of Suzuran in bloom. But as she slowly came into contact with the outside world, not the Gensoukyou outside world, but her outside world, what a crappy phrasing there, her curiosity about it began to grow. Okay, that's decided then. Let's go, Miss Sue. On that day, for the first time in ages, Madison decided to wander out from the hill. The season was perfect for such, so as long as she was careful, she would be able to maintain her poison. Or so she hoped. Alright, here I go. She flew off from the hill, leaving the swaying Suzuran behind her for now. And we have yet another group! Oh god. Yeah, that is a little annoying, I know. So much story for right now, and so many new characters. But that's what I put up the character introduction screen, so you'll know at least something about them. Aintei, a place located deep into the bamboo forest, hidden from the public eye. A silent and still mansion, where it felt like time had stopped. Yet now, others are able to recognize its presence. The mansion housing suspicious humans and rabbits had lost its reason to stay hidden, and now proactively try to communicate with humans from the village, and even receive visitors. In the original game, Imperishable Night, the residents of Aintei were trying to, well, stay hidden from the Lunarians on the moon. But because they later found out that the Gensoukyou barrier would prevent anyone from coming here in the first place, they realized that, well, they didn't need to stay hidden and do whatever they did in that game. Though not many would come. The residents of Aintei had not held any major events after the Moon Capital Nature expansion they held, and were getting listless. They had no reason to hide from the moon anymore, yet it felt like they were still aware. Well, that might have to do with the power of the head of the Aintei group, seeing how her power is manipulation of eternity or something like that. I'm not that familiar with the Aintei group, to be honest. Whatever the case, the head of Aintei, Kaguya Horai-san, was starved for excitement of any fashion. Hey, 80. Yes, princess? Is there anything interesting going on? There isn't. Goodness, it's a real puzzle when you're not limited by anything. I don't remember thinking about how bored I was when we were hiding from the moon. Shall we take a walk like we did then? I'm no longer satisfied by things like that. Luxury is an enemy indeed. One must learn to be thrifty. How are our finances doing? There isn't anything to worry about there. Business has been excellent. From what I've been hearing, you not only sell the medicine cheaply, but allow debts as well. I should be more relentless in receiving the pay. I cannot extract money from someone who doesn't have any. Furthermore, such magnanimous gestures will surely enhance our reputation and increase our customer base. It wouldn't be worth it if that increased customer base is mostly made up of the penniless. She was a girl who rarely left her home and only talked to Aideen and all the rabbits who all looked alike. For her, there was perhaps only one enjoyment that she could indulge in. I'll be heading out for a bit then. Take care of the mansion while I'm away. Are you going there again? Oh, I'm just taking a walk. That's what I want to say, but I suppose the mannerisms give me away. We've been strengthening our ties with the human village recently, so please don't burn down the bamboo forest again. It makes us stand out in a bad way. That was her fault, not mine. Society will not view it that way. It is common knowledge that we reside in the bamboo forest. If another fire occurs, we will be the main suspects. How rigid. Won't someone make another major event happen? You shouldn't be saying such selfish. I believe someone called for me? Who's there? Aideen turned quickly towards the sudden voice that called out, but found no one there. I've long since grown tired of hide and seek. My, I've been found, I take it. A thin vertical line appeared and Yukari Yakumo popped out of it. Seeing that it was a person they were familiar with, Kaguya and Aideen treated her far more politely than they would have another trespasser. Although the last time Yukari came in here, she, was barging in there with Reima and beat up everyone who came in their sight, so I wouldn't be nice to her if I was them. If you have no malicious intent, then would you please enter normally? I received a much more vehement welcome the last time I came through the entrance hall, though. You most certainly had malicious intent then. And what are you here for this time? We're not hiding the moon or the mansion anymore. Dear Princess from the Moon, I have prepared just the tonic to soothe your mind. We have plenty of medicine around here. I don't think you have the kind that I'll be prescribing. Yukari then handed Kaguya a certain sealed letter. Kaguya first thought that it looked suspicious, but her reaction soon changed as she continued reading it. My, this would indeed be a miraculous cure. What are your intentions? I cannot believe you could talk about this sort of topic here without a hidden agenda. I already told you, I have no malicious intent. Your distrust of me runs rather deep, Really, there isn't anyone so careless here who wouldn't be suspicious of everything you say. There may be just something I'm aiming for, but it doesn't involve any of you, so pay it no mind. I can promise you that it'll not be disadvantageous to you. Well, you're definitely planning something, but as long as it doesn't make too much trouble. And besides, you all did take my trial of guts. Very well, we shall join your parade. Princess, are you positive? I'm still rather bored after all, and it would be nice to play with people other than her. I'm glad negotiations went fruitfully though. Anyway, I'm awfully busy right now, so I shall take my leave. Have a good day. Upon receiving Kaguya's consent, Yukari casually walked out and exited through Aideen's front door like a normal person. Why that now? Oh well. And holy, what's wrong with your mouth there, Kaguya? It's like at your cheek. I know, I mean, usually the mouth is a little displaced in these kind of perspectives, but that is a little overdoing it. Very, very suspicious. I have to agree, that picture's worse. Okay, I'm stopping now. Princess, in my view, we should not let ourselves be manipulated by her. It is indeed suspicious, but as suspicious as the Moon Capital Nature expansion. That was an extremely benevolent event. Events are all the same. Anyway, I'm believing everything to you, Aideen, so do your best. You're doing that after being the one to accept it, Princess. Will that really cure your boredom? You are the chef, and I'm the gourmet. I shall perform as requested. I will let Ace and Tay know about this as well. I'll be cheering you all on. Cheering and nothing else? That's Kaguya for you. After all, in her own game, Eirin was the one who was the final boss and Kaguya was the ultimate final boss. And so Entei became prominent on Gensoku's stage once again. Though the process of the person most enamored with the game leaving the essentials to others did not bode very well. Alright, and thus we have another cutscene. I'll be leaving that for tomorrow, but the next episode. So this was NCS, and farewell for now.